Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive.
Yeah.
Today we're going to be tackling something that I know a lot of you are curious about.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, how dancers train beyond just, those dance classes.
Uh-huh.
Like you guys want to improve your technique, right? You want to prevent injuries. You want to become even stronger.
Yeah, of course.
So we've got some really cool stuff to unpack today. We've got some fitness blog posts. We've got a really cool workout article.
Nice.
And even a Wikipedia entry on Barre. So
Wow.
get ready, because we are going to uncover some pretty surprising cross-training techniques that might just change your whole approach to dance training.
You know, it's interesting. We're really seeing a shift in how dancers are approaching fitness these days. Yeah. It's not just about those, endless hours at the bar anymore. It's more about recognizing that cross-training can really help you unlock new levels of strength, power, and also injury prevention.
Okay, so let's just jump right in with this article. 8 surprising exercises for dancers. I was blown away by how much emphasis they put on traditional weightlifting.
Really?
Yeah, they even say higher extensions don't come from flexibility alone. You need the strength to hold your leg in the air. That really stuck with me.
It makes sense, though, when you think about it.
Yeah.
Trying to hold an arabesque for a long time, It's not just tease about flexibility.
Right.
You need the muscle to support that position.
Totally.
So that's where exercises like single leg box squats can be really useful.
Oh, interesting.
Balance is so crucial for pirouettes.
Oh, yeah?
This is kind of like, building the foundation for that rock solid stability.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So single leg exercises, it sounds like we're talking about building strength and balance here, but this article also talks about plyometrics.
Okay.
Which sounds kind of intimidating to me.
Yeah, it can.
Can you break that down for us a little bit?
Yeah, so plyometrics are basically exercises that involve explosive movements.
Okay.
So like jumping and hopping. Okay.
So think of it this way. When you land a grand jeté, your muscles have to react really quickly and powerfully to absorb all of that impact.
Wow.
And then propel you back up in the air.
Right.
So plyometrics train those fast-twitch muscle fibers and help develop that explosive power that you need for all those big jumps and leaps.
Okay. So it's almost like training your muscles to react
exactly.
more quickly and with more power.
Exactly.
Okay. That's a really good way to explain it.
Oh, thanks.
And speaking of jumps, this article mentions a crazy statistic.
Oh, no.
Landing from a jump can put 7 times your body weight on your legs.
Oh, wow. That's a lot.
No wonder so many dancers have knee problems.
It really highlights why strength training is so important, especially in the lower body.
Right.
It's crucial for injury prevention in dancers.
Okay.
And plyometrics, when they're done right, can actually strengthen the muscles and tendons.
Oh, wow.
And make them much more resilient to impact.
Interesting. Okay, so let's switch gears a little bit.
To this, a 20-minute dance Sculpt-inspired workout. This one really caught my eye because it combines strength training with these dance-inspired movements. It's like you get the workout A&D, you're improving your coordination at the same time.
Nice.
Do you think that this approach is effective?
What I like about this type of workout is the focus on both physical and mental engagement.
Okay.
You're not just, mindlessly lifting weights.
Yeah.
You're moving your body in a way that's challenging but also really expressive.
I feel like that could really appeal to people who, find traditional workouts maybe a little bit boring or repetitive.
Absolutely. I think incorporating elements of dance can make fitness much more enjoyable and engaging.
Yeah.
Which, ultimately leads to better adherence and better results in the long run.
That makes sense.
And the best part is it can be adapted to different fitness levels.
Oh, cool.
So whether you're a seasoned dancer or just starting out, you can benefit from this approach.
So we've talked about weightlifting. We've talked about plyometrics and dance-inspired strength training. Now let's talk about Barre.
Okay.
According to this Wikipedia entry, Barre classes evolved from traditional ballet bar work.
Yes.
But they've incorporated elements of Pilates yoga and even strength training.
It's quite the mix.
It's a real fusion.
Yeah.
What's interesting to me about Barre is the emphasis on these small, controlled movements and isometric holds.
Yeah.
It might not look as intense as, lifting heavy weights.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it's really working those muscles.
Oh, it is.
Have you ever noticed that signature shake that happens in Barre classes?
Oh, yeah.
I remember trying a Barre class once and my legs were shaking like crazy.
And shaking is actually a good sign.
Really?
Yeah. It means that your muscles are reaching fatigue.
Yeah.
Which means you're challenging them and promoting muscle growth.
So it's like a good kind of burn?
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, cool. So Barre is a fantastic way to build lean muscle tone, improve posture, and increase flexibility. It sounds like it offers a really unique blend of strength, flexibility, and maybe even a bit of cardio.
It does get your heart rate up.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say it's a high-intensity cardio workout.
Okay.
But it's a great option for those looking for a low-impact, full-body workout that focuses on building those long, lean muscles.
Okay, so Barre sounds like an excellent option for strength flexibility and maybe even some cardio, but maybe not the most intense workout.
Right.
Now, this Feel the Rhythm article mentions Physique 57.
Okay.
And they seem to take Barre to a whole new level.
They do.
So Physique 57, they've really carved out a niche in this dance-inspired fitness world.
Yeah.
What sets them apart?
Well, I think it's their focus on rhythmic choreography and interval overload training.
So it's like a barre class, but with a dance party vibe?
Kinda.
Tell me more.
So imagine flowing through these choreographed sequences that target specific muscle groups.
Yeah.
But you're also pushing your cardiovascular limits.
Oh, wow.
With high-intensity intervals. It's really challenging, but it's also rewarding. And it combines the grace of dance with the effectiveness of interval training.
That sounds awesome.
And the best part.
What?
They have online workouts and a free trial.
Really?
So you can try it out.
I am definitely going to check that out.
You should.
Okay, so we've covered a lot already. We've covered weightlifting, plyometrics, dance-inspired strength training Barre, and Physique 57.
Wow.
It's amazing how much variety there is for dancers looking to cross-train.
It is. And you know what's really exciting is that all of these approaches have a common thread.
Okay, what's that?
They're not just about aesthetics. They're about cultivating a healthy and empowered relationship with your body.
Okay, that's a good point. It's not just about getting dancer legs or whatever.
Right.
It's about feeling strong and confident and capable in your own skin.
Exactly. And that inner strength and confidence will absolutely shine through in your dancing.
I love that.
Me too.
You know, it's interesting how all of these different approaches are really kind of challenging traditional ideas about fitness.
Yeah.
It's not just about like bulking up or striving for a certain aesthetic anymore.
It's much more holistic now, for sure. And I think that's really reflected in the types of exercises that we're seeing emphasized.
Okay.
Like you mentioned functional strength training earlier. That 8 Surprising Exercises for Dancers article really dives into that.
Yeah, it's all about training your body to move efficiently and powerfully in ways that directly translate to real-life activities.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Especially for dancers.
Exactly. Dancers need strength and stability that goes beyond just, lifting weights.
Totally.
They need to be able to control their limbs with so much precision, balance on one leg, generate power from your core. Traditional weightlifting can build muscle, of course, but it doesn't always translate to that kind of functional strength that dancers need.
So like those single leg box squats you mentioned are more about like mimicking the demands of dance.
Exactly.
Rather than just building isolated muscle groups.
It's about training the body as a cohesive unit. Preparing it for those really complex movements and demands of dance.
It's fascinating to see how this shift towards like functional training is changing the way that dancers train and prevent injuries.
Yeah.
But what about the mental aspect of these workouts? That Feel the Rhythm article talked about this mind-body connection in dance-inspired fitness.
Right. That's such an important aspect that I think is often overlooked.
Yeah.
It's not just about, pushing your body physically. It's also about connecting with your breath, feeling the music, and being present in the moment.
It sounds almost meditative.
In many ways, it is.
Wow.
And that mental focus can actually enhance your physical performance.
Really?
Yeah, because when you're fully present in your body, you're more aware of your movements, your alignment, and your limitations.
And I bet that awareness is so beneficial for dancers who rely so much on precision and control.
Wow.
And, on a broader level, that mind-body connection can lead to a deeper appreciation for your body and what it's actually capable of.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's not about punishing yourself or striving for, some unattainable ideal.
Right.
It's about celebrating your strength. Your flexibility and your resilience.
Okay, so it's a much more positive and empowering approach to fitness.
Sure.
It's not just about how you look, but how you feel.
Exactly. And that shift in mindset can be so liberating.
I can imagine.
It takes the pressure off of achieving a certain aesthetic, and it allows you to really focus on the joy of movement the challenge of pushing your limits and the satisfaction of becoming stronger and more capable.
So for someone listening who's thinking, okay, this all sounds great, but like, how do I actually apply these concepts to my own workout routine?
Right.
What advice would you give them?
I would say start by incorporating some of the exercises that we've talked about today.
You know, the beauty of these approaches is that they can be adapted to so many different fitness levels and goals.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a professional dancer to benefit from, adding single leg exercises or plyometric movements.
No.
Or even some dance-inspired cardio into your routine.
That 8 Surprising Exercises for Dancers article does a great job of breaking down those exercises and explaining how they target specific muscle groups. It's really helpful for visualizing how those movements translate to improved dance technique.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to experiment.
Oh, yeah.
Try different types of classes, explore online workouts, and find what really resonates with you.
Right.
The key is to find something that you actually enjoy.
Totally.
That challenges you in a positive way.
Yeah.
And that you can stick with consistently.
Speaking of trying new things, I am really curious about Physique 57.
Okay.
That emphasis on rhythmic choreography and interval overload sounds so unique and engaging.
Yeah.
It's like they've combined the best of both worlds. The sculpting benefits of Barre and the cardio challenge of interval training.
They've definitely created a buzz, and their online platform makes it so accessible to people everywhere.
Okay.
If you're looking for a high-energy, full-body workout that's really going to push you to your limits, but also keep you motivated with fun choreography, it's definitely worth checking out.
And they offer a free trial, so you can just try it.
Exactly.
I love that. Now let's circle back to Barre for a moment.
Okay.
It's become so popular.
It has.
And it seems like there are new studios popping up everywhere.
Yeah.
How can a dancer choose the right Barre class for their needs?
Well, that's a great question because not all Barre classes are created equal.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Some focus more on strength and conditioning, while others might emphasize flexibility and posture.
Okay.
It's important to do your research and find a studio and an instructor that align with your goals and your preferences.
So what are some things that a dancer should look for when choosing a Barre studio?
Okay, well, first consider the level of intensity. Some studios offer really challenging classes, while others cater more to beginners.
Right.
So read reviews, check out the studio's website, and maybe even take a trial class to see if it's a good fit.
Okay, you mentioned that Barre might not be the best for cardio. Do you think a dancer could get enough cardiovascular exercise just from their regular dance training?
It really depends.
Okay.
It depends on the type and the intensity of their dance training.
Okay.
If they're doing a lot of high-impact jumps and, really fast-paced choreography, they might be getting enough cardio. But if their dance style is more low-impact or focused on, precision rather than stamina, it might be beneficial to add some cross-training that gets their heart rate up.
Okay, so it's really all about finding that balance and listening to your body.
Exactly. And remember, there are so many options available these days.
Yeah.
You can mix and match different approaches,
Right.
Try new things and create a workout routine that really works for you.
It's like a buffet of movement possibilities.
It is.
And it's so empowering to have that choice and the knowledge to make informed decisions about your fitness journey.
Absolutely. It's such a shift from that old one-size-fits-all approach to a more personalized and holistic view of fitness. And that's a positive change that we're seeing across the board.
That's awesome.
Not just in the dance world.
So as we wrap up this part of our deep dive, I want to encourage everyone listening to embrace this idea of finding what works for them.
Yeah.
Whether it's incorporating some of the exercises we've discussed today, exploring different types of classes, or simply moving their bodies in ways that feel good.
Right.
It's all about creating a healthy and sustainable relationship with fitness.
And remember, it's a journey, not a destination.
Oh, yeah.
There will be days when you feel motivated and strong.
Yeah.
And there will be days when you just need to rest and recharge.
Right.
Listen to your body, honor your limitations, and celebrate your progress, no matter how small.
That's great advice. It's pretty amazing how much we've talked about already.
I know, right?
I feel like this whole fitness landscape is really shifting,
Yeah.
in a positive direction.
It's a really exciting time to be, exploring fitness and movement, especially for dancers.
Yeah.
There's just this growing recognition that it's not just about physical strength and flexibility anymore. It's about mental resilience, body awareness, even artistry.
And that blog post, 8 Surprising Exercises for Dancers?
Yeah.
It talked about how cross-training can actually make you a better dancer.
Oh, absolutely.
Really?
Yeah, think about it. When you develop, that deep core strength, that unshakable balance, that explosive power,
Right.
it translates directly into how you move on stage.
Yeah.
You're not just hitting the steps.
Right.
You're commanding attention with your presence and control.
And that confidence probably, bleeds into rehearsals.
Oh, yeah.
And even daily life.
Absolutely, 100%. When you feel strong and capable in your body,
Yeah.
it just radiates outwards. You move with more intention, grace, and expression
I love it.
on and off the dance floor.
So we've talked about the physical and mental benefits, but what about the emotional side of things?
Okay.
Do you think that these dance-inspired workouts can impact how dancers feel about themselves?
I think it's inevitable.
Really?
Yeah, when you challenge yourself physically and push past, what you thought your limitations were, it creates this sense of accomplishment and empowerment.
Right.
And that can have a huge impact on your self-esteem and your overall well-being.
So it's not just about sculpting your physique.
Yeah.
It's about sculpting your confidence and your resilience.
Exactly. And that's something that, everyone can benefit from,
Yeah.
dancer or not.
Okay, so we've covered so much in this deep dive.
I know.
The benefits of functional strength training and plyometrics, that mind-body connection in Barre,
Yes.
and the high-energy fusion of Physique 57.
It's been a lot.
It's been a journey,
Yeah.
and we've really only just scratched the surface.
We have. There's so much more to explore.
So as we wrap up, I want to leave our listeners with a little challenge.
Okay, I like it.
We've talked a lot about integrating dance-inspired movement into fitness routines.
Right.
But what if we took it a step further?
Okay.
What if we infused our everyday lives with more rhythm, intention, and joy?
I love that idea. Imagine walking down the street with the same grace and posture as a dancer.
Right.
Or tackling your to-do list
Yeah.
with, a little more pep in your step.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It might sound a little silly.
Yeah.
But I think there's something to be said for finding those little moments to move our bodies with more awareness and intention.
I think it could be a game changer.
Yeah.
It's about bringing that same energy and presence that we cultivate in the dance studio into our everyday lives.
It's like a dance-infused approach to life.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for our deep dive into the world of dancers who lift and cross-train.
I'm sad to see it go.
I know, me too. But I hope you've enjoyed this exploration as much as we have.
It's been a pleasure diving deep with you all.
And remember, no matter what your fitness level or goals are,
Yeah.
there's a way to move your body that feels good and empowers you.
Absolutely.
So get out there, explore, experiment, and keep dancing your way through life.